This segment is sponsored in part by AARP New York City.
One of the most challenging aspects of aging is isolation and loss of social interaction.
Those feelings of loneliness can lead to stress, anxiety, and medical complications. But many studies have shown that pets can cheer up lonely seniors and enhance their quality of life. Seems obvious to me.
I know. Joining us now is Reggie Nance, AARP's Associate State Director for AARP New York. It is always great to see you again, Reggie.
Likewise, Marisol. It's always great to be here.
And we love talking about dogs in particular,
and
or
pets.
Yeah.
So, Reggie, you're going to show us ways that can combat loneliness, which includes having a pet, right? So, first of all, before we get into that, tell us a little bit about AARP.
AARP is a nonprofit, nonpartisan, mission-driven organization. We work to empower people to live the best life at any age. We work to strengthen families and communities, and we advocate for the issues that matter most to the 50-plus.
I love it.
To the 50-plus. I love it. And it's nonpartisan. So as we age, social isolation is real. It's a reality. Talk to us a little bit about that.
It is a reality, but the beautiful thing about that is that caring for and loving a pet naturally gives you an advantage in dealing with social isolation and loneliness.
Okay, I believe that.
Now, this can lead to health problems as
The
well.
social isolation, yeah?
Yeah, so how does that factor into it?
Well, the research says that being lonely and socially isolated can cause depression and can also lead to a myriad of issues.
Right.
But having a pet helps to deal with that depression. It helps to deal with that loneliness, and it also says that having a pet also helps to deal with alleviate pain in some instances.
I believe it.
And even most importantly, having a pet, studies and research show that it helps to release endorphins, and endorphins are natural painkillers.
Yeah.
We know that.
And I know you say pets really become part of our family. So can you elaborate a little bit more on how pets help alleviate that feeling of isolation or even some of that physical pain?
Yeah, the pets actually do, they're delightful.
Yep.
They become a part of our family, and they do help to deal with that depression. They do help to deal with that loneliness, and they also help to develop healthy routines. And if you're less mobile, having a cat is a good idea.
Right, because, you know, obviously some older folks could be less mobile. So to that degree, besides having a cat, is there any specific type of a dog that might be better for someone who's a little older versus obviously getting a puppy?
Well, the key there is to do your research.
Yeah.
Do your research in terms of the breed of the dog and what will be a good fit for you. Do your research in terms of the size of the dog, you know, and your ability to handle a particular size of dog. Do your research in terms of whether you should get a puppy or whether you should get a more mature dog. All these things are factors that you've got to consider given your abilities. But the theme, like I said, is to do your research.
And to that end about doing your research, you say that there is research that shows people are happier having a pet because it gives them a sense of purpose. What do you mean by that?
It gives them a sense of purpose. It gives them a reason to wake up every day. And it gives them meaning in the world. And that's the beautiful thing about having a pet.
Yeah. You got to get up, you got to feed the puppy,
You
or
gotta
the cat, or the fish. Or
And
any
perhaps
kind of-
you have to walk the
Yeah,
dog as well. So
that's
some
right.
of us obviously take that for granted. So what are some safety measures that you can recommend people take when it comes to walking?
Well, the first thing is to consider your footwear, get proper footwear.
True.
The second thing is to have a regular route that you walk so that you know it. And then the other thing that you want to consider is places where there are tripping hazards. You don't, obviously you don't want to go where there are tripping hazards. And if you're walking at night, like I do quite often, you want to make sure you're walking in a well-lit park.
Right.
Very, very true.
Yeah. What should I do if I want a pet but don't have the ability to keep one?
I would highly recommend that you volunteer at an animal shelter.
Yeah.
Because not only are you doing good in the world, but you're also connecting with other pet lovers, other dog lovers, and what a great thing that is.
Oh, I love the idea of volunteering. Now, any other ideas for getting involved with an animal?
I would say get to the park and walk. And taking it back to the dog if you're in the park and if you're walking, you meet other dog lovers walking their pets, and that's a beautiful thing.
That sounds beautiful to me.
You know, before we go, is there a way to measure a risk of isolation?
There is, in fact, through the AARP Foundation. There's a website called connecttoeffect.org where you can assess your risk for being socially isolated and get resources and tools to deal with it. And also from an AARP New York standpoint, we offer a myriad of volunteer opportunities and virtual and in-person events. So go to aarp.org/local to find local events here in the New York City metropolitan area, because AARP at the end of the day wants you and your loved ones to know that you are not alone.
Amen.
Reggie, you're the best.
Thank you so much.
Always great to see you.
Thank you for helping us keep our 50 plus, as you say,
That's right.
safe and healthy.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Great advocating for dogs here, too, which I
That's
always
right.
love.
And while we're talking about AARP's commitment to combat loneliness, we have a big event to tell you
Huge.
about.
Get ready.
This Thursday. Please come join us for a heartwarming day of wagging tails and unconditional love right here at Pix Plaza, 42nd and 2nd, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Yeah, Waldo's Rescue Pen, AARP New York City, and Pix 11 proudly present a dog adoption event for animal lovers everywhere. You'll meet adorable, adoptable dogs of all ages, breeds, and sizes, just waiting and wanting to become your new best friend.
Yeah, and you can capture the moment with your potential forever friend, the new AARP New York City team, or Pix 11 talent, and create memories to cherish.
You can also enter our new Leash on Life giveaway for your chance to win a $1,000 prize pack, okay? We'll be out there, by the way, at 10 a.m., and the event opens at 11 a.m. We hope to see you there because we'll both be there. Petting puppies.
We will be there with the good folks of Waldo's Rescue Pen, of AARP, doing the whole thing.